all know Christmas morning is one of the happiest times for children because it's finally time to open the gifts. And Allie has a brilliant way to help us stay organized with her DIY personalized present bins. This is a great idea.
Thank you so much. Okay, so the reason I came up with the idea originally is at first I was thinking about all the wrapping paper that's like messy all over the place Christmas morning. And I thought one year, actually multiple years, I've thrown away gift cards or things that mattered, even gifts that were small because things were so disorganized. So I thought I should make a bin for all the wrapping paper to go in so that it stays there, and then maybe the day after Christmas I go through it to make sure everything is there and I'm not throwing away anything important.
That's a great idea. I mean, I can't imagine how many gifts and gift cards are actually thrown away on Christmas Day. That happens in my house every year.
Yeah, right? I know.
Every
I have
single year
so many
something goes in the
people.
trash. I get so upset.
And then I love the idea too because I feel like separate kids, you can make them personalized for different kids. Like so, like a present from Grandma for Riley went in one bin, and then for Molly in another bin.
Sure.
And then lastly, I actually like to keep the gifts in the basket so that the kids can only take out 1 or 2 gifts per day after Christmas. Because you know how kids will like play with the gifts, play with all the gifts on Christmas Day and then be done with them?
Exactly.
This allows it that you put them in their personalized bins and you say you get 2 a day, and the Christmas spirit and gifts last well beyond Christmas.
And that's a great idea. And then after Christmas, they can serve as a toy bin or
Exactly.
stuffy bin. Or even a hamper.
Yeah, 100%. I love them so much.
Okay, so what do we do? How do we get started?
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of fabric. I like this pretty red fabric for the holidays. And then you're going to make sure that it's a little bit longer than your basket. So where these 2 pins are on the side is basically how long my laundry basket is. And then I left a little bit on the side to wrap around. Then you're going to get your stencils that you want to use. Essentially, you want to make sure that whatever stencils you have will fit within the front of your basket. So let's say I had a child with a longer than 5-letter name.
Like
I would have a
Alexandra?
you'd have a much smaller stencil to use all the way down. So then what you do is you're going to take some paint, and then you want to make sure that you put some wax paper on the bottom, because when we put this paint on the stencil, it's going to like seep through a little bit, so you want to make sure you protect the surface underneath.
All right.
And when you put the stencil down, you want to use this guy right here. It's repositional stencil adhesive, and what that does is it just makes it stay firm down on the paper so you don't get leakage, coming out, it doesn't bleed. But that it doesn't like leave any like residue or, stick too much to the fabric. So then you're just going to take your paint and
easy breezy
do this. Yeah.
And I guess depending on the hamper, it's just really what you can find at your local craft store or at, wherever you're going to get your cleaning supplies, because it's really just whether it's a fabric hamper or it could even be one of those like wicker ones.
Exactly. You could use any sort of hamper basket that you have. So I would let that dry before you pull up the stencil, and you'll have what you see here.
Now I see you've outlined this with some, it's sort of, that's not a Sharpie. What is that?
No, so it's an acrylic paint pen. I have it right here. The reason you want to use acrylic over like an oil-based pen is because if you use an oil-based pen, the white and the black of the pen will actually seep together and create a gray. So you have to use acrylic. That way you just get like this really clean line. And you want to take your time with this. Don't rush it because you want it to look clean. But if you see, I'll just go all the way around each letter like this.
Go slow with a steady hand.
Yeah, with a steady hand.
Don't drink lots of coffee before you do this.
Exactly. And you'll just outline, all of the letters.
And then all we have to do is glue it onto our hamper, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
so,
yes,
I'm going to grab the hamper down here. So I have the hamper, and all I did is I used some spray adhesive to attach it to the front. The reason you don't want to use hot glue and you don't want to use Fabri-Tac is it will bleed through. This is a really thin material, and you could do like hot glue around the edges, but the adhesive spray worked great. I did use a little bit of hot glue around here in the back just to really secure it down, and you don't see that part.
Sure. And then you put some really cute pom-pom trim on it.
Yeah, so I just found this pom-pom trim. I just think it's the cutest ever. So all you really want to do is make sure that the pom-poms are facing out just like they are on that side. I wouldn't want the pom-poms facing in.
Sure.
And then you're going to, I find it's easiest with this to add like a little bit of glue on one side.
And then go slow.
Yeah, go slow. Like attach it here, wipe away any excess.
And you wouldn't want to use Fabri-Tac on this either, because that would probably seep through too.
Exactly, that would seep right through, and it wouldn't give it a clean finish. So yeah, you're just gonna do that all the way down until you get all the way to the end, and then you'll just wrap this around like I did with this fabric.
Sure.
Glue it back there, and then as you see way down here at the bottom, I'll show you guys up front right here. See how this little pom-pom down there is kind of like at the bottom? I say just take a pair of scissors and just snip that guy off. because it will just help your basket lay really flat to the floor.
Right.
And hold on, I'm actually just gonna glue
Oh my
this. to
gosh,
the
how,
top
and
real
by the
quick.
way, this, if you do one for Molly and for Riley,
Yeah.
then it's almost like a gift in itself. Do you know what I mean? So it's like an extra
100%.
gift for them.
100%. Like you make these for your kids, you can make them as gifts for others.
I'm gonna make them for everyone.
I know. and
Everyone
how
here is getting a
cute.
hamper.
You
Merry
put all
Christmas.
Molly's toys go right in there.
That is really cute. Well done, Allie.
you.
For full instructions, you can visit hallmarkchannel.com.